A key member of the Democrats' House leadership team, New York Congressman Jeffries, co-chair of the House Democratic Policy and Communications Committee. First time on the program. Great to have you today.
Great to be here.
Congressman, talk with me about the strategy, if you will, in places like Missouri.
Well, I think that, every individual senator and member of the House has to run their own race. Missouri is obviously a very different state than New York. New York's a very different state than Michigan and Ohio. Ohio's a very different state than California. But we're united around a core set of values, and I think primarily that's making sure that we protect people with pre-existing conditions, lower health care costs, focus on infrastructure, and try to clean up corruption in Washington, D.C.
The reason I ask that, and I know you're on the House side, we were just hearing Kristen report on the Senate side, is overall tonight, Republicans are looking to do something that they know will make history. And that is if they retain and pick up seats in the Senate and also don't lose the House, or maybe it's just squeaky or close than it has been in the past for other presidents.
Well, midterm elections are traditionally a referendum on the president in office. That's been the case for Clinton. It was the case for Bush in the second term. It was the case for Barack Obama. But the American people, I think, fundamentally, if they feel like there's been overreach, either too far to the right or too far to the left, like to rebalance the equation. And many of us believe that's exactly what will take place tonight, at least as it relates to the House of Representatives. So hopefully we can get something done on behalf of the American people and solve problems, not Democratic problems or Republican problems, but American problems.
So let's focus on New Jersey. You're in the New York Metro, and there are some competitive House races. Are you surprised at how competitive they are for Democrats?
Well, it's very interesting because we have four races that are super competitive, currently held by Republicans, where Democrats have a real shot to win. Many of them are in the New York suburbs on the New Jersey side. One of them is in the Philadelphia suburbs on the South Jersey side. And I think it speaks to the notion that suburban, college-educated women are going to be a key demographic to watch tonight.
All right. The Cavanaugh Battle and the effect that it has had for particularly Democrats. Some surprises you may have seen there along the way with women coming out and supporting both Republicans and Democrats on that issue. It seemed like Democrats were taking maybe a foregone conclusion, maybe taking that women's vote kind of in their back pocket for granted.
Well, far be it from me to sort of comment on Senate strategy one way or the other. We pride ourselves in the House of Representatives.
I mean, it's affecting, the Cavanaugh battle is affecting everybody. I know the vote was in the Senate, but the wider discussion about what went on the Hill cuts across women all over.
Well, we definitely have to deal with, issues as it relates to what's been happening in our society and make sure that everyone, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of gender, has an opportunity to pursue the American dream. And that will continue to be important. And that spans multiple administrations. But what we have been saying in the House is that we're going to focus on kitchen table, pocketbook issues and fight for the people, not for the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected.
As you look at the map, how will you know you're having a good night when those polls first start to close at 6 p.m. Eastern?
Well, I think what's very important, watching that Kentucky race will be interesting. Kentucky 6, but that's a tough race for any Democrat to win. Amy McGrath has been a phenomenal candidate, given our history of service. But the Virginia races are going to be critical. There's an expectation that we'll win one, but if we win multiple races, we're going to have a good night.
And if you lose multiple races, that probably is a bellwether state for you, too, because you've got those four districts. I want to move on. Can the president work with Democrats? And most importantly, can Democrats work with the president in the House? What do you see? I
think so. I've worked on bipartisan legislation with my good friend Doug Collins. He's a conservative Republican from rural Georgia. I'm a progressive Democrat from what is sometimes referred to as the People's Republic of Brooklyn. We came together on legislation to help currently incarcerated individuals successfully transition into society. That's something that Jared Kushner has supported. So I think that we've seen cooperation in this Congress. We certainly will see cooperation in the next
prison reform wouldn't be a shocker. Healthcare would be.
Well, here's the thing. We as Democrats have said we need to fight to lower the high cost of prescription drugs. And that's something that Donald Trump has also suggested that we should be doing. Let's figure out a way to get that done on behalf of the American people.
Congressman Jeffries on the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Harris.